Hello, welcome to Foliage. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to make an arrangement really just using foliage. So I was very fortunate recently to be able to go to the Botanic Garden in Budapest, and we were staging an exhibition there with Ikebana, and the guy who basically runs the palm house allowed us to go in, choose some materials that we were able to cut and use. So I have got these amazing Strelitzia leaves, but also these beautiful palm leaves. So these are not something that I would normally have, and it just seems a real shame, A, to have put them in the bin, but also to not give them another purpose and reuse them. So we're going to make a little bit of a design using these. To be honest, I'm not quite sure how it's going to look, but it's such a good opportunity. So we're going to use this low dish, and I'm going to use a couple of pin holders for this. So this is a really good thick pin holder. Pin holders are a great mechanic because they're not bulky, so you're not needing a lot of material to hide them, and they're reusable, and it's something that if you have in your toolbox, you're going to have it for years to come. So the first thing that we really need to do is add water to our dish. Now this is quite a nice bowl that I've got. And I think if you see really nice dishes that you just fall in love with, it's worth getting them because you're going to use them again and again. Now, also in our description, you'll find a link to Sakura. Sakura basically make pin holders, or kenzans as they're known in Japan. They supply good quality materials. They also do the scissors as well. So if you use our code, which is shown in the link, you'll get 10% off your first order. So worth having a wee look at. So they also do a range of pin holders that are black. Now the benefit of that is that you really don't need to hide them so much. So that's worth having a little look for as well. So I think the key piece that I want to put in here is probably one of these palms, because it's so interesting. Now, we're going to make this arrangement is really about the interest of the leaves. So I need to see what we've got. So straight away, just putting this palm in like this, we're seeing it in a different aspect, and it's becoming a bit of a framework for the back of our design. And our Strelitzia then can come up. Now the great thing with Strelitzia leaves, if you get them, is that you're going to be able to keep them. You're also keep them and let them dry. They go into beautiful shapes, and you get such interesting curly designs. I'm just going to take a little bit of this out. In a way, it's quite thick in itself. So just by breaking that up, we can make a little bit of an interest. So we regularly get people when I'm making designs saying, oh, I liked it when it just had the greenery. So in some ways, this design is really just about enjoying the greenery. And straight away, just having those three leaves looks really, really interesting and amazing. So I want this design really just to celebrate foliage. Like seeing this cheese plant leaf from a different angle is quite interesting. And we can check this one out here as well. Now I've put two pin holders in just so that I can split the balance really of the weight of the materials. So as you can see, if we show the back of this, it makes it more interesting. I can bring the stem down to this lower point here, and then that allows me to get quite a good angle as well on the material. Now I did cut some rhubarb. I've got all this rhubarb and it really is quite interesting. I think it could be quite interesting just to put in. I think that's the thing with this, is we probably need a bit of a contrast. So rather than it just being all leaves, then bringing in a change of texture is going to be important, because this is so big and dominant. We actually need something that is going to give that contrast. So we're going to create a little bit of a mass with that. Now this could have been anything, but it really is just something then that is going to create that variation. And I don't know why, but every year my rhubarb always seems to bolt. It always seems to go to flower, which is really annoying. Now, when I look in there, I can see there's a little bit of space. So we'll take a little bit of this texture into there as well. And that will give it more depth. And then I just think all we really need here is another leaf, seeing as this is about leaves. And there we go. Personally, I am quite happy with that. I think if this has the space for you really to appreciate it, it's got a lot of impact. So we've made essentially a very big design with 3 big leaves and then just some smaller materials, really just to finish it in the bowl. So quite bold, quite funky, and I think the colour, the pop of colour from the container works really well as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today's design. I'm just going to add one more little bit of this here. We've got a new design video every week. We would love you to join us for our next design. If you've not already subscribed, then we would love you to subscribe, press the bell button, and it'll just give you notifications of all our new videos. If you can like the video as well, that really helps our channel. And if you're feeling that you want a little bit more inspiration, then have a look in the video description. We'll post a link for another video that you might enjoy watching. So until next week, take care, and we hope to see you soon.